While the Missouri River was wreaking havoc in the central part of the state, the mighty Mississippi was doing the same along the state's eastern border. In some cases, entire houses were swept away by the water. As levees broke, people ran for cover. At times, the water came up so fast it was impossible to escape. 8 bridges that span the Mississippi between Missouri, Illinois, and Iowa were shut down. From Canton to Cape Girardeau, thousands of Missouri residents sandbagged in an effort to save their town, their homes, and their livelihoods. In South St. Louis County, 6 people died when they became trapped in a cave during a thunderstorm and the resulting flash flood.
Here's mine again. See how it's all caved in? It's just gone. There, yeah, it's gone.
Your house isn't there anymore, Dad?
It's not there.
Reality set in for Brenda Schneiders 6 days after the record crest of 38.2 feet. That's when she and other North Jefferson City residents first viewed videotapes of their flooded homes.
I'm not going back. There's nothing to go back to. The trailer is destroyed. I grew up in that trailer as a child. And now it's gone. It was just given to me in February as an inheritance. Oh no, I have nothing left.
Look at Linda's house. The whole side is gone.
As in the case of Highway 54, the damage left behind by the floodwaters is best described in North Jefferson City as unbelievable, looking much like a war zone. GERALD REZNICK went along as one resident returned to her flooded-out home for the first time.
It actually belongs to
Karen White won't soon forget the ride to her childhood home. It's her first time back since the river rose again. Most of the neighborhood where she grew up now lies in ruin. At her mother's home, the sight is too much for words. This isn't the way you left this house, is it?
Oh, no, it was not. They worked so hard for what they had.
White says the current not only washed away her memories of growing up here, it leaves a permanent scar. Of the 130 homes in Cedar City, 80% are heavily damaged. Dozens no longer exist. This graveyard of homes is testimony to the power of the Missouri River. For every story you find in town, there are 10 others to tell the devastating tale.
This is my house down here, mine and my girlfriend's house. It's destroyed on the inside. Them are Happy's houses, they're destroyed. Kevin Hicks's house, it's destroyed.
Doug LAMMERS hoped to build a family in North Jefferson City. Now he's not so sure. And even as some scrub away the flood of 1993.
She's going to get her a trailer, try to get her a place and start all over. That's all she can do.
You're not going to come back here?
Oh, no, she'll never come back.
In North Jefferson City, GERALD REZNICK, News Scene 13.
Prison officials, along with State Representative Gracia Backer, took a tour of the Rennes Correctional Center for women. The floodwater is now low enough to assess some of the damage. Most of the facility has been completely destroyed by the raging current of the Missouri River. Everything inside the prison is covered with mud, and a bad odor fills the air. Prison officials say chances are Rennes will never reopen.
It's too early to say, but it looks less and less likely that that could be possible. This is heartbreaking. This is many, many years of people's lives and people's work washed away and covered in mud. It's the extent of the devastation is truly profound.
Most of the destruction at Rennes occurred after the river swept away much of the surrounding fence. Those on hand for the tour say reopening would be just like starting over.
Now, you see that fuel tank dispenser there?
This is the 4th time in the last 12 years that Marty Brose has taken a boat trip around Jefferson City's Memorial Airport. But what the Public Works Director saw today was not as bad as he feared. 11 feet of water covered the airport's terminal building, control tower, sheds, and hangars. But for the most part, those buildings are in remarkably good shape. The runway is still underwater, so Brose dragged an oar outside the boat to check for holes or breakups on the strip.
We went down the runway and tried to sound the runway, and it seems like all the pavement looks like it's there. I'm not sure we had too much washing of pavement out. I don't think we have anything like people saw on 54. I think we have pavement.
The JCs seem to be everywhere this summer, helping flood victims all over Jefferson City. This time it's Dick Tremaine's turn. The dishes he left at the airport cafe are now on their way to the fairgrounds for a little cleaning.
Collected up all of his dishes, and we're going to take them out to the JC Fairground and wash them and sterilize them, and we're going to store them for him until he's ready to open again.
Dick Tremaine says with the city's and JC's help, though, he'll soon be back at the grill serving Missouri country ham and eggs.
Well, it's going to be a while. The city was going to remodel the building, and then I have some new equipment to buy and everything to get in, but it'll probably be at least the middle of October before we get going.
But you will open again.
Hopefully.
The scope of the cleanup ahead is almost unbelievable. Nearly everything has to be replaced. So with a little bit of help, Dick Tremaine says he'll reopen the airport cafe in October of this year. He says there will be one new thing at the grand opening, a marker to record the Great Flood of 1993, one that will be more than 6 feet higher than the old marker set in October of 1986. In North Jefferson City, GERALD, REZNICK, News Scene 13.
Just as they had helped to fill and place thousands of sandbags before the flood, inmates from area prisons today joined the effort to remove those bags and haul them away. That first job was plagued by the heat. This one is plagued by the smell.
This is pretty nasty stuff. It's all the backwash sewer waters, it seems like.
Were you given the opportunity to volunteer, or were you told you're going to do this?
I was one of the chosen ones because I'm a short timer there.
But you're glad you were, huh?
Oh yeah, I don't mind helping out.
Half a dozen homes along Western Air had basements filled with backwater from the Grays Creek drainage basin. Scott Smith moved into this home just 4 days before the floodwaters rose.
I did get an opportunity to meet all the neighbors, and I just want to get on with our lives. But we want to get back to our old routines, get started, and come to the house, eat supper, work in the yard. We'll get grass in a couple of weeks. So
you're going to stay here?
Well, yeah, I think so. Right now, that's the plans. Yeah.
For the first time in more than a month, Broadway Street between McCarty and the Expressway is dry and open to traffic. The water has also drained from all but one of the state parking lots near Wares Creek, and maintenance crews worked to get rid of up to a foot of mud. Other signs of rejuvenation included the reopening of the Capitol Plaza Hotel, closed for 11 days when water flooded the garage and then cut off all access. The state health lab still has no air conditioning, and thus its specialized equipment cannot function. Newborn baby blood testing and the analysis of well water samples have been farmed out to labs in the southern part of the state.
We were able to manage about 80% of the lab work is being done currently, and the other 20% is not critical at this time and can be put on hold.
While the health lab may be back online by early next week, it could be a bit longer for private businesses like Carphonics. The owner of this car stereo shop had barely finished cleaning up from the flash flood in June when the river flood hit in early July. Here's the new high water mark. It's the black line next to the top of the door.
You have to clean it up and keep going.
So you're not going to let this river beat you?
No. No, can't let it beat me now.